to do it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. I am your host, Will. This is the Sports Morning Espresso Shot, and I am tired, man. But we're here. We're here on a Saturday, man. We're here on a Saturday. We're going to talk some football. We're going to get prepared for a nice weekend of betting. Oh, I got my delicious coffee. Oh, God, that coffee's hitting the spot this morning. We got to talk some highlight today because it's a highlight Saturday. And we got college football to look at. We got to recap some some of the games yesterday in the NBA and hockey. Take a look at what we got today. See if we survived in Survivor. I believe I did. I think all the big favorites won that were supposed to win. So that's cool. We'll take a look at the college football games today as well. See if we can find some gems to bet on. And we might even get into tomorrow's game, a little sneak preview for some of you before we do tomorrow's Wise Guy Roundtable, of course. But that's my plan. That's my plan, at least until my kids get up and throw a wrench into everything. So, Good morning, Grass Guy. Good morning, Mont. How we doing? Let's take a look at what happened yesterday, though. I haven't looked at anything. Be 100% honest with you. I haven't looked at anything yet. And drink some more water. I bet I sound amazing. I bet I sound amazing, huh? Okay, let's see. Well, the Magic beat the Celtics, and they cover. So 123-110 win there. Yeah, that line felt fishy. I thought the Magic were going to get it done. And they did, and they covered. And then I ended up staying away from the Cavs line. What were the Cavs? The Cavs were like, hold on, let me pull it up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Let's see. Yeah, the Cavs were 13.5 point favorites. I ended up staying away from it. I was going to bet them -7 first half. Ended up staying away from it. But they cover, man. I swear, you don't have to sweat those big spreads in the NBA. It feels like they always get covered. No number's too big. God, look at the over that one too. 262 points scored. Damn. This one, I wish I would have bet. I'd stayed away from it because it looked fishy to me. Because look, yesterday, and the reason why I stay away from a lot of these is I'm not up to date on the NBA like day to day, and so I've got a good grasp on it, but like I don't follow along long enough to know who's in, who's out, and people get announced out randomly. So when I see a fishy line, like the Raptors were like 4.5 point favorite or underdogs yesterday, I'm like, dude, the Raptors are better than the Hawks. But I stay away from it, and the Raptors end up getting the win. Look at that one. Pistons defeat the Nets 125-107. This one got me. I can't believe the Spurs did it. The Spurs beat the Rockets 121-110. Good win by the Spurs there. And we had some news from the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox tonight is going to make his season debut. Ooh, baby. That is going to be scary for the rest of the league. Because the Spurs have been doing this 6-2 record. Albeit, most of those wins are against shitty teams. But they've been doing it without a point guard. And now they've just lost Harper for probably 3 weeks or so. But now they're going to get De'Aaron Fox back. De'Aaron Fox probably. Now everyone's going to say Wemby is the best player on their team. Well, Wemby will be the best player on the team. I'd say right now the most polished and best player on their team is going to be De'Aaron Fox. That's a pro's pro. Wemby still, as we've seen, Wemby still gets some of those Bambi leg nights, you know? He's still working in there. What up, No Skin? He says, good morning, you fucking degenerates. Good morning. But yeah, that's going to be scary. Now we got to see how, does it take some time for De'Aaron Fox to work in and them to get a rhythm. Obviously, we know the longer they play together, smoother things are going to be. But like, is it like? Is it some of those things that they're going to have some growing pains, or is it going to be like, yeah, it's a little clunky, but we can still get by? So we'll see. Heat get a big. See, I ended up staying away from this one. I told you guys my favorite underdog play of the day was going to be the Hornets, but then who was it? LaMelo was ruled out, and I said, nope, stay away. The line went from like -3.5 to -8.5 or something like that. So I stayed away from that one. But the Heat get a 126-108 win over the Hornets. Grizzlies defeat the Mavericks 118-104. Is it too soon to say? I mean, 10 games into the 9 games into the Maverick season. Cooper Flag a bust? Cooper Flag a bust? I don't know. Let's just tuck that one away. They haven't won a road game this season. Bucks defeat the Bulls 126-110. Get a little revenge from the other night. The Timberwolves. Jeez, dude. This is another one where I said the line doesn't matter. Timberwolves are like, what? Let's see. They were 12-point favorites heading into this one. And they win by what? 40? Damn. Nuggets 129-104 win over the Warriors, and the Thunder 132-101 victory over the Kings. Both those cover, by the way. Draymond Green was the leading scorer for the Warriors. That's not good. I think their guy sat out, though. At least I know Steph sat out. I don't know if Butler did, too. But yeah, that's what happened in the association yesterday. Let's take a look at today's lines. What up, David? How we doing? All right. The Mavericks, 3.5-point favorites against the Wizards. The Mavericks, who have yet to win a road game this season, are favored. I know the Wizards suck, but come on. 64% of the bets, 65% of the money is on Dallas there. Maybe the Wizards are live dogs tonight. Oh, by the way, real quick, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I did have Cleveland, so yes. Look at that. We're still alive. Heavy Steps is already knocked out. What? Patriots already knocked out? Come on now. Supporting. Look at supporting up there. Hasn't missed one yet. It's double elimination. That's why some of us have 2 points here. But good job, team. Good job. Except for Steps. What are you doing? Okay, Raptors. 5.5-point dogs to the Sixers. That feels right. Raptors playing on a back-to-back. Bulls, 8.5-point dogs to the Cavs. Bulls who just got blown out by the Bucks. Now going to Cleveland. Both teams playing on a back-to-back. Might look at Cleveland there. Pelicans, 11.5-point dogs to the Spurs. Take the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox back, baby. Trailblazers, 2.5-point favorites over the Heat. That feels weird. That one feels weird. I know the Blazers have been blazing right now, but that shouldn't be right. If the Heat have all their guys going tonight, I like the Heat as live dogs tonight. Lakers, 3-point favorite over the Hawks. Take the Lakers. Pacers, Nuggets minus 11.5-point favorites over the Pacers. I got to go back and look at some of the stats on Jokic and the Nuggets at home, back-to-back double-digit favorites. I feel like the second game usually doesn't go their way, but the Pacers are god-awful. So who knows? And then the Clippers are 4.5-point favorites over the Suns. Suns are live dogs tonight. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say right there. Hey, check this out. Scott Seidenberg from Scott's on there from Better Day, where we get the trench report and all this fun little stuff. He says he got a little tease of what's launching on Better Day on Monday. The most comprehensive data to help make you a better. Fully interactive, optimized for mobile viewing. Oh, and there's much more coming. Proud to collaborate with Rogers Picks on this project. Let's see what it is. What is this? Oh, it just gives you more detail. Atlanta. So like the Hawks this season, they're 5-3 ATS in the first quarter. First quarter at home ATS, not good, but on the road, they're 4-1. That's something to think of tonight because they're on the road against, and they're underdogs against the Sixers. They have the total. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is going to be useful. It's like all this stuff you can go look up yourself, but it's nice to have it in one spot. Nice, clean, easy way to see it. I like what he's doing here. Game by game breakdown. Ooh, home away splits. Yeah, this does look clean. Nice. Nice. What else we got? Oh, I'm saving this story for Crick on Monday. That's gonna be a good one. Any of you thinking about betting on the Bucks and Patriots? Make sure you look at this injury report. Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving are out, and we know Mike Evans is out. Of course, he's on IR. That's weird. Levante David practiced Wednesday and Thursday, but did not practice Friday. I wonder if it was just like a veteran day off. I don't know. But yeah, man, I mean, they're basically gonna have Ibuka. That's it. Ibuka and some pieces for the Bucks there. Oh. So be careful. What up, J May? Over on the Twitch side of things, how we doing? Yeah, I don't know. I flipped. I like my Patriots in this one. Not much news going on there. All right, let's hit our highlight segment of the day, huh? Patriots have people out also. Yeah, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson has been out. This will be another game. That's fine. We have Hendrickson. Kayshon Boutte, he out. Not a big deal. As long as we have Douglas out there, we're good. And Christian Ellis, our linebacker's out. I'm not too worried about it. I'm more worried about the Bucks because you're gonna. I mean, they have such a good receiving core, and then Godwin's not going to play. Bucky Irving's not going to play. Huh. Interesting. I wanted to look up something. Real quick. Oh, good. It's on here. Okay. I wanted to make sure I could find it. I don't know. Who do you like in that one, Grass Guy? Do you like the Patriots or the Bucks? I think if you want to play it safe, you just tease the Patriots up. Get them at 8.5. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, do the Bucks really blow people out? I don't think so. All right, here's to this week's highlight educational segment. We do these every Saturday. We're going to dive in, take a look at what's going on in the world of highlight. Lately, we've been watching some clips of some matches from this past week. That's true, Grass Guy. That is very true. That's what makes me nervous about the game. But this week in highlight, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at, of course, the standings, what happened last night. And then since we have the playoffs coming around, I wanted to talk the playoff format for those of you that don't know how the playoffs work. So normally throughout the regular season, this is how the matches go. You got 6 matches, all worth a point if you win. And then if you like the Cyclones last night, who are the best team in highlight right now, if you end up winning 4-2, if you win outright, you get a full team point for the standings. If you tie like a 3-3, you get a half a point. And you have singles matches and doubles matches. So that's how they normally play out throughout the season. We'll take a look. The playoffs are a little bit different than that. But look at this. Cyclones, 4-2 victory over the Fireballs. Unda ended up getting it done over at Keita. That was kind of a shocker. Jairo and Manu ended up getting the 2-0 win over Lulu and Arats. I thought that was going to go 3. That's crazy. That one kind of shocks me. And then Inaki and Manu ended up getting a 2-1 victory over Urrutia and Arats. I told you guys, Manu, got to watch that first one, see if he was on today. He was. But Lulu and Ikeda end up getting it done. Look at that. Look at that. That one came through for us. We gave this out to you guys yesterday. We said, take Robin and Unda in the first one. Also take this to go 3. That's pretty crazy. We nailed that one. Excuse me. But a good win there for the Cyclones. So let's take a look at the standings after now that the week is complete. The Cyclones are all alone at the top. Really got some separation. I think the Cyclones have basically punched their ticket into the playoffs. So the top 4 teams make the playoffs, and right now we have a 4-way tie for second place. But the Fireballs, who are in last place, are only a half point back behind all those teams. Pretty crazy. No Skin likes the Pats to lose a close one. Okay. I used to do 10 to win 9K 11 legs, college basketball, football, cross sport parlay. I did. Jeez. Those are fun. Those are fun. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. This is basically playoff time right now. All these games during the month of November, because look how tight the standings are. Cyclones are the only ones that have pretty much punched their ticket. I think even if they lost out, they would still squeak their way in. But it doesn't seem like they're going to lose out. They've been the best team all season long. And they do have a match on Tuesday against the Devils. That's going to be an interesting. Currently the number 1 and 2 teams in highlight this season. They're going to play on Tuesday. That's going to be fun. But what I wanted to look at, if we go up to the About section. So this is our website, as we've talked about all season long. If you want to understand more, you can read the rules. Go to the About section. It tells you about us, World Highlight League Board. But you go over here to the Battle Court rules. And this will tell you what highlight is, the schedule, the league, the makeup, substitution. Like, this is everything. The draft, how that works, how it's played. But I wanted to go to here. Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. Since we got the playoffs coming up here at the beginning of December, I figure let's take a look at the playoff rules. So 4 teams make it. The 4 teams earning the most points during the Battle Court season will meet in the playoffs. The team earning the most points during the regular season will compete against the team earning the 4th most points during. So 1 plays 4. The teams finishing with the 2nd and 3rd will play each other and compete against each other the first round of the playoffs. The playoffs will consist of 6 doubles matches. So that's a big key difference here. Big key difference. This is 6 doubles matches. No singles matches in the playoffs. It's all doubles. The first team to win 4 matches will be declared the winner and move on to the championship finals. So you don't it's scheduled for 6 matches, but if you win the first 4, it's over. We don't play anymore. There's no point. So I like that. The playoff game will consist of 6 double. Oh wait, where's it at? If after 6 matches the teams are tied 3-3, then the higher seed team will have a pre-selected one doubles team to play a one-set sudden death tiebreaker to 6 points to determine the match winner. That's pretty cool. So that's a reason why you want to be the higher seed. Is because before the match starts, you get to declare, okay, I want our I want our Division 1 doubles players taking on their Division 1 double player. So that's their strategy behind it, because you think, oh, I'll just put our best guys out there. But maybe your best, like the biggest mismatch is your Division 3 versus their Division 3. So you have to keep it in the same division, but you get to pick who goes out there in a one set winner take all. Just one set, first to 6. We've seen some of the championship games over the past few seasons come down to this. I mean, we saw our guy Benny. They got destroyed in their actual match, but when it came to the sudden death one, they ended up pulling through and getting the win. And it makes for a very thrilling and exciting match when it comes down to that sudden death. So there is strategy, and you have to do it before the match. You can't just say, okay, now that we're going to sudden death, this is who we want. No, you got to. It's predetermined before the match even starts. But that's a lot of fun. The championship final will follow the same format as the playoff round. The higher seed team will always be designated as the home team. In the event of a tie for positioning place during the regular season based on game points, one for game day win and 1/2 for game day tie, earned by 2 or more teams being equal, the team that has won the most individual matches will receive the higher ranking. Oh, that's how they do that. Okay. Players will earn prize money for each match. Teams will earn game day prize money based on winning or losing a game day. There will be additional prize money based on the outcome of the playoff and the championship round for all teams competing. And then in the championship will consist of 6 doubles matches. The championship format is described above. And the team that wins the Battle Court Championship will split $30,000. The second place team will split $15,000. How about that? That's pretty cool. So there you have it. I wanted to get into just that and understand the playoff format, because it's different. It's only doubles, and there's there's an advantage to being the higher seed, especially if it comes to that tiebreaker. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. We'll be back on Tuesday to cover to preview the Devils and the Cyclones, but this has been our weekly highlight educational segment. Thanks for tuning in. Boo. Yeah. What up, Andrew? How we doing? I watched these guys play a match on YouTube, I think, one day by accident. It's fun. It's fun. You start watching it, it's interesting. It gets interesting out there. Let's take a look at what happened in college football last night, because I don't know who won, who lost. I didn't keep up with it. Let's see. Libbity bibbity. Look at that. I told you guys that line was a little too big. USC wins and covers against Northwestern. Easy money. Houston comes back and ends up getting the win there, 30-27. Look at that. And Tulane. I went 3-0 on my picks. I can't wait to check my betting account. I laid it with USC. I laid the 1 point with Houston, and I took Tulane money line. I knew Tulane. God, look at that. They put up 35 in the first half, and then Memphis put up 15 in the fourth quarter to make it a game. But Tulane dropped a stinker to UTSA last week on the road. I think they were looking ahead to this game, but this is huge. This is huge. Huge win there by Tulane. Get a 38-32 win over Memphis. Now they control their destiny. How about that? Good win there. Got to go get ready to go to the Ohio State-Purdue game. Good luck, everyone. Oh, that sounds fun. Have a good time, Mont. Have a good time, Mont. That is interesting. Let's go over to God, I love going 3-0. Love going 3-0. Let's take a look at today's. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to look at the most interesting games today and the spreads. And if there's a game you guys want to talk about, or if there's a game you guys are liking or betting, throw it out in the chat and we'll talk about it, okay? The green wave, says Grass Guy. That's right. That's right. Oh, baby. Well, before the season, the Indiana-Penn State game looked like it was going to be a good one. Now Indiana's 14.5-point road favorites. I don't know about this one. Feels like a game Indiana just wants to get in, get out, just kind of take care of business. It's been a long season. But I wouldn't be shocked if they just blew out Penn State. I mean, maybe they're motivated to. How many times do they get a chance to blow out Penn State, you know? Let's see. Oh, there's the game of the weekend. Temple at Army. Army laying 7. Whew. Grass Guy says Indiana's going to boat race. Ooh. BYU, Texas Tech. Texas Tech laying 11.5. Isn't BYU undefeated? Am I wrong about that? So what's going on here in this one? I mean, trust me, I like Texas Tech. But BYU's 8-0, and they're 11.5-point dogs. Who's out for BYU? Let's take a look. I agree with you, Andrew. BYU is overrated. I mean, I like Tech. I think they can blow them out. Is there not like a they know something? So is there not like is BYU's quarterback out or something like that? I'm looking right now. Like, I'm reading real quick. Okay, BYU's got a true freshman at quarterback. No. No one is out. That is so fishy, dude. That is, I mean, I do think Tech is the better team, but 11.5 is a little disrespectful for an 8-0 team, even if they are overrated. That is interesting. You know what that means? Stay away. Just stay away. Georgia is 9.5-point favorites against Mississippi State. Georgia should cover that, but do we want to trust Georgia on the road, especially when they have Texas on deck next week? Little look ahead spot. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Got to take Tech with the line. Yeah, I agree with you. Tech should stomp them, but who knows? They should. They absolutely should. They could put up a boatload of points, but it's college football in November. Anything can happen. I don't know if I trust Georgia there. Mott's going to be at this one. Ohio State 29-point favorites against Purdue. Gross. Dude, Ohio State's not going to lose a game this season. Maybe in the Big Ten championship, but the regular season, they've got. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do against Michigan this year. Can't trust Georgia after that kneel down. That is a good point. That's probably why we should bet Georgia, is because so many people lost money on them last week that they're probably pissed off and not going to bet them this week, and this will be the week they cover. Arizona 4.5-point favorites over Kansas. I would take the points with Kansas there. But what do I know? This one, I see too many people who are trying to get too cute and being sharp. Say what you want about Oregon. You can say Oregon's overrated, hasn't beat anyone good this season. That's fine. But don't tell me Iowa is going to beat Oregon outright. I see a lot of people saying Iowa is going to beat Oregon outright. Please. I don't see that happening. They might cover because weird things happen in Iowa. Look what happened when Indiana went down there, right? Iowa just plays a gross game at home always. But I don't think Iowa's winning this one. But we'll see. Iowa State, TCU, those points kind of look attractive. Iowa State plus 7.5. That kind of looks attractive. 37% of the bet, 69 or 96% of the money. That is concerning. Huh. If you're ever going to lay the big points with Miami, this is the week to do it. Not only does Syracuse suck, but Miami has to win with style points now to have a prayer to get in. 29.5 is a lot, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Hurricanes end up blowing them out like 45-7. Grass guy says Iowa keeps it close. Yeah, but a lot of people are saying they're going to win. I wouldn't be shocked if they keep it close, but I don't think they're going to win. Oregon's good. A&M against Missouri. A&M laying 7. This will be a good test for A&M. I've been waiting for A&M to slip up, and they haven't. But also, A&M hasn't pieced together like a complete game where the offense and defense are complementing each other in just a solid all-around game, which is scary. Because once they do that, that A&M team might be unstoppable. Look at Iowa's record in November. Throw the records out. We're talking about today, Grass Guy. Today. Vandy, 6-point favorites over Auburn. That's interesting. I like Wisconsin catching the 10.5 here. I would even look at Wisconsin first half money line. Funky things happen when these West Coast teams have to travel out east. We've seen it time and time again in the Big Ten. Watch Stanford beat UNC. That'll be funny. Poor Coach Belichick. Not touching that game. Good call. That's a good call. This is going to be gross. Florida State, Clemson. Who's going to screw this one up? Oh, man. Before the season started, Clemson was 12-point favorites over Florida State. That is embarrassing. Listen, I won't be betting this game, but there's got to be a spot for Virginia to slip up. But I'm not betting on Wake Forest. Their coach is dead to me. Florida favored over Kentucky on the road. Ooh, Kentucky might be live dogs in that one. LSU, Bama. This can be interesting. I'm gonna not bet this one. I'm gonna just watch it. I want to see how LSU responds after the Brian Kelly firing. Do they just play loose and have fun out there, or what? Will it even matter? Maybe Alabama's just that much better than them. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Under in the Vandy game. Okay. I have a bet for you guys. Notre Dame Navy. Don't bet. I mean, you can bet Notre Dame to cover the spread because Notre Dame's going to run the ball right down Navy's throat because Navy can't stop the run. This is going to be a Jeremiah Love game. It's going to be a Jeremiah Love Heisman moment game. So the smart bet here would be like on Kalshi right now. You can go over and get Jeremiah Love at 3 cents. I think he snagged that because I think after today, people are going to look at like, oh man, he's got 4 touchdowns, 200 yards. He deserves a spot in New York for the Heisman. And I think he's going to go up more than 3 cents. So I would go I'd go snag some of that. What else do we got? Ooh. God. I know Sam Houston State is awful, but 20.5-point dogs to Oregon State. I would take 20.5. That seems like a good value. Oregon State's not that good. I don't even know if Oregon State can score 21 points. I know Sam Houston can't, but come on. Gross. Let's see if Jeremiah Love is still at 3 cents, actually. That's what it was yesterday. Boom, boom, boom. No, he's down to 2 cents, man. He is down to 2 cents. I'm telling you, that is. Oh no, you can buy him at 3 though. I'm telling you guys, that's some good value. If Jeremiah Love has a big day today, he's gonna get a spot. I kind of like that. You like that? You like that? I do. I do. So yeah, those are the games today. Some interesting ones. Some games that were on paper before the season started were supposed to be good. And now are just stinkers because these teams suck.
This guy sucks. Holy hell.
But let's take a look at how today's matchups might affect the standings for next week. Ohio State's gonna win. Indiana's gonna win. A&M. Now they are big road favorites, but it's on the road. SEC football. If they lose, that'll knock them out of the bye. Alabama could be in trouble against LSU. That wouldn't look good. I don't think Georgia's losing today. What we didn't see Ole Miss. Ole Miss is on a bye. BYU though at 7. BYU is that's the other thing, dude. BYU at 7. Well, they play Tech, who's at 8. How far? If Texas Tech does blow out BYU, how far does BYU fall? That will be interesting. Then Oregon at Iowa. Oregon loses at Iowa. You can kiss your college football playoff hopes goodbye. Notre Dame's not losing. Texas is on a bye. I think Oklahoma's on a bye. Utah's on a bye. Yeah, that'll be interesting. 15? 15 what? $15 what? Yeah, well, we know we'll at least have one team probably falling out between BYU and Texas Tech. BYU is ranked 7th. According to the college football playoff rankings. Any more copy? Need it. Oh, if they lose, they may go to 15. Yeah, they'll be out of the top 12 for sure. It depends on how they lose too. They lose by a field goal, maybe they'll stay in the mix because they'll only have one loss. So how are you going to put them like below Texas and Oklahoma? You know, like if you lose by a field goal to the team that's ranked 8th and you're ranked 7th and you're on the road, I mean that. I feel like in the eyes of the committee, that would be a good loss. So maybe they don't ding you as much. But if you lose by 15, that's not great. Who have they beaten? Portland State, Stanford, East Carolina, Colorado, West Virginia. Arizona. Okay, see, they have some good wins. So, yeah, I don't think they would fall. I mean, West Virginia, they handled business there. Arizona's a good win. Utah's a good win. And Iowa State's a good win. I mean, for the Big 12, it's a good win, right? What are they? Let's see. I want to see what BYU is to make the playoffs. So BYU current odds to make the playoffs are about 1 plus 155. You can give them 39 cents over on Kalshi. Okay, assuming they lose today, they'll be 8-1 with some good quality wins. But if they win out, TCU, Cincinnati, UCF, which could happen, they're probably in, right? But I don't know how all the tiebreakers and stuff are going to work. Well, if they win out, so if they lose this one, but they beat Cincinnati, they would have the tiebreaker. They would be in the Big 12 championship game. But then again, are they going to put a team, let's say they get in the Big 12 championship game against Tech and they get destroyed by Tech again, would the committee put a team in that has 2 losses, but they've lost to the same team in their conference? I don't know. So I think the value is clearly on betting the no at 65 cents. That's interesting. That is interesting. I don't think they'd put them in if they lose twice to Tech. I guess it'll all matter about today, but I think if you want to bet it, if you think they're going to lose today, which I do, I think you just bet the no right now. BYU, no. No, they will not get into the college football playoff. Who are some of these guys in here that, let's see. Who does Oregon have left? Minnesota, USC, Washington. Listen, Oregon's got to play 3 top 25 ranked teams over the next 4 weeks. If you really think that Oregon's not good, you can bet at 35 cents, which is like what, plus 180, that Oregon does not make the college football playoff. If you really like them to lose today, I would recommend that bet too over on Kalshi. That might not be a bad way to different little angle to take there on it, huh? Right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, do they even have Ohio State on here? They don't even have Ohio State. They're just like, no, Ohio State's in. Oh no, there they are. Yeah, Ohio State's there. Okay. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 teams that are favored to make it. And Oregon is one of those 9 teams. I guess that sounds right. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I believe in the Ducks, but I think that might be a good bet to take the no because they just got to slip up once. Oregon is in the best position though, if they went out to make the playoffs, because if they went out, highly unlikely they're going to be in the Big Ten championship, which favors them actually because they'll sit the season 11-1. Don't have to worry about playing in the Big Ten championship game and losing again. So, I mean, at 11-1, you're getting into the college football playoff. That's one of those ones where it benefits you not to play for your championship. So that is very interesting. Very, very interesting. What happened in hockey yesterday? Oh my God, look at that. The Rangers got a road win, 4-1. The Wild defeat the Islanders 5-2. The Blackhawks get a 4-0 victory over the Flames, and the Sharks get one over the Jets 2-1. How about that? Big slate of hockey games today. I know Crick covered a lot of it yesterday. This game was a lot closer than it should have been. Purdue against Oakland. Let's see. Did we have any shakeups last night? North Carolina ended up beating Kansas 87-74. But other than that, there was no top 25 upsets last night. I think we got some good ones today. Yeah, number 5 St. John's takes on 15 Alabama. Number 22 Michigan State hosts number 14 Arkansas. This is a system play, by the way. Shout out to Buku. Go Sparty. When a lower ranked team is favored over a higher ranked team. This works in college basketball as well. It might be too early in the season though, because these teams are ranked, but we don't know who these teams are. I'll be at this game tonight. Gonzaga, 11.5 point favorites over Oklahoma. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun little shootout. Ghost was all over the aisles yesterday. Ugh. Damn. He also took the points with Northwestern. I tried to warm him on that Northwestern one. That line felt way too big, which meant USC is probably going to cover that one, and they did. That's all right. Ghost does this though. Ghost will string together like 3 or 4 really good days, and then everyone's due for a stinker. Everyone due for a stinker now and then. It happens. It's a world of betting. But that man wins more than he loses. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I won't get into much NFL talk because we're going to do a bunch of it for tomorrow. We'll do a bunch of it for tomorrow. Do, 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 do. But I think we'll wrap it there. He's got great picks. He does have great picks, man. He really does. Shout out to Ghost. Ghost wins. That's why we bring him on the show, because that man, sharp. Him and I are tied, actually. So let me pull this up. So it's a new quarter in the contest that started last week. Him and I both went 4-1. So we are both live to win the quarterly prize. Now, I don't remember. Let's see. I don't remember. That's what's cool about these contests is like, oh, they're doing a Thanksgiving super contest. Oh, I'm gonna have to buy some entries into that one, aren't I? Anyways, although we're having like a shit season, what's cool is because like, well, hold on, let me go back to here. So as you can see, I got 23 points, the most out of us. Ghost has got 22, but I'm not even in the top 1,000. But what's cool is these quarterly prizes is you can be having a shit season, but if you win one of these quarterly prizes, right here, Q3 is what we're at. If you have the best record for the stretch of Q3, you win $2,500. But I mean, even if you don't, even if you finish like an 8th, you win $250. So that's pretty cool. I remember one year I won one of these, and I didn't even realize I won one of these. And then I like woke up one day and I was just logging into the account, and I'm like, why do I have three? Because I don't ever put money in this account other than to purchase the contest entries. And I'm like, why do I have a random $300 in here? And then I looked, I was like, oh, okay. So third quarter is week 9, 10, 11, 12. So it is only 4 weeks long. So right now, Ghost and I are at 4-1. We're in the mix. Now, obviously, there are going to be some people that went 5-0 and whatnot, but you want to go 4-1 and 5-0 every week, because if you're in that range, you are going to end up placing. Well, thank you, No Skin. Thank you. I try. I do. What's hard is I like where I grow my bankroll is a lot of like live betting, like get in and get out situations on Kalshi and stuff, but also like just live betting and some player props. But what I do a really good job at, especially with Kalshi now, is finding value in the futures market. Kind of like a stock, you got to hold it for a little bit, but sell it at a high. Like for example, when the Cubbies, I remember this one was great. When the Cubbies were like 8 games up in the middle of June or July, 8 games up in the division. They were heavy favorites to win the division. I bought the no on them. That one came through. I didn't hold that one all the way through. I just waited until they had a slump. Ended up selling out my shares once they no longer became the favorite to win the division. So I like stuff like that. I'm pretty good at picking out value. But that's kind of hard to like, one, most people don't want to do that. And two, that's kind of hard to like, especially the live betting and stuff, to always relay to people like, hey, this is what I'm going to take, for people to tail picks and stuff like that. But yeah, so the quarterly prize, I wonder if I can see the current standings. Leaderboard. Quarterly. So here we are in the third quarter. I don't know who these are. I don't know why there's check marks next to these ones. Maybe because they're all the people that are in first. Okay. So there are 12 people No, 11 people. It looks like that went 5-0 last week, but also are 1-0 so far this week. Damn. But there was a lot of other guys that went 5-0 last week as well, but haven't made a pick yet this week, of course. But hey, that's what I said. You go 5-0, 4-1. You're going to place in that quarterly prize. Who do I got selected? I got the Falcons, the Vikings, the Browns, the Saints, and the Steelers right now. Gross. Gross. So gross, I love it. So gross, I love it. That's a little preview of what I'm going to be on tomorrow. Morning, Nate. How we doing? Yeah, that's where I'll be at. That's what I'm likely going to be on. See if any of these lines have moved. No, nothing crazy yet. Tomorrow we'll get some movement for sure. Nothing too. Rams are now 5-point favorites over the Niners. Damn. Money coming in on the Eagles. They were 2.5-point dogs. Now they're 2. Okay. All right. Well, I got to go 5-0 this week. Stay in the mix. I got to go 5-0. It'll be 9-1 through 2 weeks. No pressure. These next couple of weeks are going to be tough, dude. I don't know if you've seen this. So I think this week is tough, but this next week is gross, especially for Survivor. I mean, if you got the Patriots, which I think most people probably do, you could just take them over the Jets. But I mean, you got Commanders and Dolphins. Europe game. Panthers, Falcons, gross. Bucks, Bills, gross. I mean, not gross is not a bad game, but I mean, if you're trying to pick a spread or try to pick a Survivor. Texans, Titans. Feels like a good spot to take Houston there, but that feels like a trap. Bears, Vikings, Packers, Giants. Packers shouldn't lose to the Giants, right? But it's a road game, and it depends on what Packers team you want to pick or that wants to show up that day. Bengals, Steelers, Chargers, Jags. I think the Jags are going to win that one. Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Ravens, Browns, Chiefs, Broncos. The Chiefs, I heard this. I haven't checked it. Chiefs are only 1-point favorites in Denver next week. Probably going to bet a big bet on the Chiefs in that one. And then Lions, Eagles, and then Cowboys, Raiders. None of these make you feel great. You know what I mean? This is going to be a tough week, especially for spread Survivor, man. It could be a tough-ass week next week. That is just disgusting. Because all of them feel trappy. It's do you want to take the Ravens? Of course the Ravens are going to beat the Browns. They always beat the Browns. But it's in Cleveland. Funky things happen in Cleveland. Niners, Cards. What do you do with that one? Seahawks, Rams. Flip a coin. Steelers at home against the Bengals. Didn't we already see the Bengals beat the Steelers earlier this year? Ugh. Yeah. Gonna earn your money next week. That's for sure. That's for sure. Anyways, nice little casual show this Saturday. If it sounded like I'm tired, it's because I am. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early for the Wise Guy Roundtable. We'll be breaking down all the games, bringing you guys winners. Going to go 5-0 this week. Feeling it. I'm feeling it. But I'll have the whole crew with me tomorrow. Hope you guys cash all your bets and win big today. I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early. But until then, good luck, good gambling, and game on.